Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
I'm Bob. Happy Friday.
Welcome back to our Top 5 Friday ski industry news videos. We missed last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember why, but apologies, because I'm pretty sure we missed last week.
It was
we put the comparison up instead.
Yeah. There was. I think we just ran out of time.
That very well might have been the case. So yeah, welcome back. I'm excited to be here. I think it's going to be a pretty quick one, but I've said that like several times in the past, and it ends up being exactly the same.
That's how you know that we're gonna go get some tangents and some extra material.
Yeah, totally. Before we get into that, our comparison series is still ongoing. This week we did the kind of wide front side comparison, which was 76 to 82.
Mm-hmm.
That went up yesterday. That was a fun conversation. I like the narrower skis.
Yeah, and we always joke about how some people are very entrenched in their beliefs that is like almost too wide, and
Yeah,
then other people that will never ski anything less than 110. You know, there's just very, very clear divisions.
Yeah, well, people have their opinions.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
But yeah,
But it is. You're right. It is always entertaining to see the differences in the perceptions and opinions.
And the veracity at which they will defend their stance.
Yes, yes, absolutely. People are passionate about their ski opinions, which I like. I'm passionate about my ski opinions.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. If I wasn't, I feel like it'd be a weird career choice.
Right. Be like, it's whatever.
I guess I'll talk about skis. I don't know. So yeah, that's ongoing. We had that fall sale that just wrapped up earlier this week, but we do have some new outlet price drops that just went into effect last night. It's basically all skis. I believe there were 59 different 2024 skis that just had their prices, just an extra little amount shaved off.
Yeah.
And some of them it was like more than another 10%. So definitely some significant price drops in certain spots. So take a look at that. That'll run through the weekend through, I believe, most of next week. And then I was going to say, and then those prices may go back up, but more realistically, then those products will probably actually just be gone.
Last grasp,
Kinda.
probably, yeah.
We're kind of getting there for a lot of things. Like I was looking through inventory numbers on 2024 skis as we were going through that stuff, and there's a lot of single digits in there.
Yeah.
There aren't many double digits left.
Some short sizes and some long sizes left over.
A lot of skis still have like technically full size ranges, or at least close, but it's just like single. It's like 176.
Right.
And then like once that's gone, we're never going to get any more. So anyways, take a look at that. Maybe you'll find something that strikes your fancy. And then, you ready for news?
Yeah.
So kind of a fun week for news. First topic of the week, it snowed. That's about it.
I mean, like yesterday morning, I even drove around my neighborhood before coming in because there was inversion. So if you drive up to the top of
Towards
Still
Pinnacle.
Hollow, towards Pinnacle, you get like the view over the valley to Mount Mansfield.
Probably was stunning.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Like as much as we kind of joke about people that
Yeah.
pull off to the side of the road and take pictures out of their cars, like, that was me yesterday.
Yeah. So, I downplayed it a little bit there, but it really was absolutely breathtaking. And we did get a pretty substantial amount of snow. It didn't snow all the way down into town here, or if it did, it melted immediately.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if technically a snowflake hit Main Street.
We got hailed on at soccer practice on Tuesday.
It's frozen.
Yeah.
It's frozen precipitation. Mount Mansfield got about a foot up at the summit, and I think a lot of people skied pretty much top to bottom. A lot of people skiing up top.
Yeah.
And it actually looked pretty decent up top. Kudos to all those adventurous folks that are getting up there.
Yeah.
I'm saving my legs for what's to come.
Talk about enthusiasm. They got it.
It's great to see. 12 inches fell on Mansfield. Whiteface got 14. And then supposedly there's a storm headed to Colorado, Utah this weekend that could bring considerable snowfall there.
Yeah, I mean it's October.
It has begun.
This is what happens.
Yeah, so pretty exciting. Second topic of the week, Bob. I don't really know what this means, but it's like we've come full circle as a society because Line Skis has made a snowboard.
Yeah, if you had told me that they had been making snowboards all this time and we just didn't know about it, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh,
Like,
really?
It seems like it fits. I mean, you could basically take a Pescado and put a couple of snowboard bindings on it.
No, you're
and
not
off
wrong.
you go.
It's funny for me, and I feel like I probably like grew up with Line Skis more than you did. Like it perfectly aligned with my age and life. Like Line from day one was like pretty anti-snowboard. Like that was kind of their stance of just like, because at that time, late 90s, like a lot of it was like the snowboard world, like pointing fingers at skiers and being like, you're lame. Like we are cool.
Right.
And then Line basically did that to snowboarders. Like
Right.
they had a t-shirt, they had a whole ad slogan that was your mom rides a snowboard as like a negative, like insulting thing.
Yeah.
So it's fun for me that they've come full circle and now they're making a snowboard and they're doing it, I think, the perfect way. Like their promo video for it was just all their ski athletes like trying to make snowboard content, and I just love that they're doing it with authenticity.
Yeah.
And that authenticity in their case is just like, we're not really snowboarders, but we have a lot of fun.
They've always just seemed. I'm surprised that they were antagonistic, I guess, because as a company, it seems very pro snow sliding.
Like I think yes.
And then like they're inclusive with like the Pandora being a unisex line. Like I'm just.
Yeah, I don't think they were ever
growth.
like. I don't think they were ever maliciously antagonistic.
Yeah.
Or like didn't do it with like a serious voice.
Right.
It was more like kind of poking fun at snowboarders for doing the same thing and just like this fun like kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's all pretty fun.
Yeah. Again, like it makes perfect sense to me that company would make snowboards.
Well, now they do.
All right.
So you already had Bob as a market, apparently.
I would have bought one, sure.
Third topic of the week, excuse me. IndyPass has acquired Black Mountain, New Hampshire. We've been talking about the kind of relationship between IndyPass and Black Mountain for about a year now. They kind of swooped in after they announced closing. So they have actually acquired it, and their plan is to operate the mountain kind of as is this season with IndyPass being in charge of the operations. And then their plan is for 25-26 ski season to transition to a co-op business model, which we have kind of locally here to us with Mad River Glen.
Right. Seems to work out well for them.
Yeah.
I was not, I guess I wasn't clear that IndyPass had this type of functionality to their corporate structure.
Like the operational side?
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure either.
I guess they do.
And I don't really know if they're just responsible for like implementing the operations team.
Right.
Or if they are just like taking an existing IndyPass operations team and like planting it there. I could see it being
I guess I just didn't know that they had like operations team. I just thought that they sold
lift tickets that went to independent mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting. You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
So, pretty interesting. I've never skied there.
When I grew up skiing at Loon, there was always billboards for Black Mountain, and not to be confused with Black Mountain of Maine, just
Which
over
skied.
the border.
I have skied Black Mountain over in Rumford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and like also like that mountain has had like opening issues as well. Like I can't recall if they're open or operational or not, but
I believe they are.
Yeah.
Black Mountain, Maine is the one with like the huge Nordic ski network.
Like they're backcountry, like the whole side is like hike to access.
That's like newer.
Yeah.
But like I spent a lot of time there growing up at Nordic ski races.
Yeah.
They were like the one of the elite venues for Nordic races.
Black Mountain in New Hampshire, on their billboards, their slogan was all height, no weight.
Like you're not waiting in a lift line?
Yeah, like a lot of vertical for no
Sweet.
lift line.
Well, it's right next to Wildcat.
Yep.
That's kind of how I think of Wildcat. Pretty direct down
Yeah.
the Fall Line Mountain.
Yeah, no, it looks like nice winding terrain and trails.
Yeah.
I don't know. Get over there.
And you can go to Storyland.
Right. I don't know if it's open in the winter, but
Storyland?
yeah, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There must be like, do you think there's crossover at some point?
You mean,
Like
well,
April?
yeah, I was thinking of a different crossover, like Indy Pass operating Storyland, and then you get like 2 days at Storyland and Santa's Village.
In
and,
your Indy Pass?
yeah, Whale's Tail, all those
You could be onto something here.
or Cog Railway. Really,
Yeah,
what's the limit?
why not take like the mega passes and expand it to like everything?
Other attractions?
Like why can't my golf membership also be wrapped into an Epic Pass?
I mean, that's what like the Killington, that like Beast 365
Right?
pass.
That you just get everything.
You get everything.
Downhill mountain biking, golf,
Yep.
skiing.
Yeah.
It's
No,
the future.
I think it's all moving that way.
Anyways, fourth topic of the week. I did not see this one coming. I would tell you that you were lying to me if anybody told me that they did anticipate this. Ted Ligety has joined DPS as the head of product performance.
I agree with you, Jeff. This is one of those ones that I thought would come out on April 1st.
Yeah,
You know, you read
kind of leaves you scratching your head a
you
little
see
bit.
the post and you're like, no way.
Yeah,
And, you know, I don't know, strange things happen all the time. You know, maybe
Yeah.
it's not going to be that strange.
no, it could be really cool.
Yeah.
It's just my like existing opinion of both of those entities.
Yeah.
I didn't draw any correlation there.
Yeah.
You know, when I think of Ted Ligety, I think of elite giant slalom skiing, and when I think of DPS, the last thing I think of is elite giant slalom skiing.
Maybe that's why they're a perfect matchup for each other.
Well, and I like that.
Yeah.
If like thinking outside the box, maybe DPS looked at their company and their skis, and they're like, we need to pump some Ted Ligety into this.
Right. And maybe Ted's like, I need to incorporate some
Free ride.
POW,
Yeah.
carbon powered performance into my repertoire.
Right.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, the more we talk about it, it makes perfect sense. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens
Right.
because I can't imagine that with somebody like Ted Ligety on board that the skis won't change. I mean, maybe their model, like existing models, will stay, but I like there's no way that they won't come out with some very different skis.
Yeah, but they've always been so like specific and unique. Like
Yeah.
that's
No,
why
you're
I
right.
think that's why it's hard to kind of digest, is because it's such a really individualistic ski. There's
Yeah.
nothing else like it. And so like changing it is hard for me to imagine.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
yeah.
But the video
Time
of
will tell.
it's a great example of like watching Ted Ligety ski a DPS, like in the little teaser or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they can carve.
Yeah.
So there's
Right. We've proven that too.
yeah, not as well.
Not at the same level as Ted Ligety. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, exciting. You know, I think people were starting to talk about what the future held for DPS, and I don't think that was where many people's minds went. And
No.
I'm excited that that's where we're headed.
Yep. And it definitely follows my constant hope that like no one tries anything anymore.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
this is a perfect example of people trying stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Lion made a snowboard too.
Yeah.
But according to you, they've always.
They've always made snowboards.
I really like your reaction to that one. And then lastly, we've got our edits of the week here. 5 edits this week. The first one is more than just an edit. We have the full movie from Level 1. It's called Wasteland. It's about half an hour long. I haven't watched the whole thing start to finish yet, but the parts that I have watched have been incredible, as is typically the case with level 1 and their athletes. So take a look at that. And then we've got a short little edit from Henrik Harlow called Capital Ski, spelled with 2 E's.
Okay.
And no spaces. I don't know the significance of that.
Shock factor.
I don't know. And then we have Stand Corrected from Arsenic Anywhere. Shout out to Tall T Dan. And then we've got Roadside Attractions Season 1, Episode 1 from Meaningfully Lost. Did you watch this one?
No, not yet.
This looks promising. Looks like a group of skiers that just went, they like tried to find like the most hidden places to ski.
On the planet?
I think in the country
Okay.
was my perception, but in time will tell. This was only episode 1.
All right.
No, it looks like a cool. I can't think of anybody else that does something similar. It sort of had like the 50 vibes,
Yeah.
but more from like an amateur perspective and in unpopular destinations.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm here for it. And then lastly, we have the athlete roster for the 2025 Freeride World Tour. And that's it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, actually heading into a beautiful autumn weekend here in Stowe that is not going to look very wintry, but it's really nice to have some signs of winter here.
Yeah, I mean, the snow will be gone by
Saturday afternoon.
tomorrow afternoon.
Maybe not on the top of the mountain.
I mean, it's going to be 75 on Tuesday.
Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
But that's just a blip. We'll be right back into,
Yeah.
it's true around here. We'll probably go from 70 to 15 in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wardrobe nightmare.
Yeah, it really is. It's hard to decide what to wear every morning. It's like the biggest challenge of my day right
Yeah.
now.
Well, could
It's
be
also
worse,
dark.
I guess.
It's so dark.
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah. And
What-
only getting darker.
What time do you wake up? Like 6?
Oh, lately, like 4.
That's aggressive. It's really dark at 4.
Not on purpose,
Hmm.
but yeah, usually 6.
I have a hard time getting out of bed this year. I'm normally really good at like hopping out of bed right at 6 every day, and it's just so dark.
Yeah. You should be used to it. It happens every year. It's like the
I
same
know, but-
darkness every
But then
year.
then the times change in what, like a month?
I don't know when they do it anymore.
And then I feel like it doesn't affect me as much. It's like this in-between period. There's like 2 months
Yeah.
where it's really dark in the
Yeah.
morning. Anyways, hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you have some beautiful weather and some snow-leage views where you live like we do. And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.